everyone, welcome to Poomsae with Master AJ. Today's topic is about 5 ways you can improve your Poomsae. I'm really excited to talk about this one because there are many things that you can do, but you often don't know where to start. So we're going to be covering 5 ways to improve your Poomsae today. Okay, so they are, number 1, stances. Stances are very important in Poomsae. Number 2, your setups. Number 3, your finishes. Number 4, what happens in between. And number 5, cleanliness. Those 5 things are very crucial in order to have good Poomsae. Whether you're a beginner or whether you're advanced, you want to make sure you're following these 5 things and you're constantly practicing them to improve. Stances have to do with how well you're executing the stance accuracy-wise and how well you can transition from one stance to the other stance. Stances are the foreground of your Poomsae. They're the foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation, you're going to struggle with other things such as like rhythm, your timing, and just overall power. It's going to lack if you don't have strong stances. You want to make sure you're focusing on your stances so you can have a good stable foundation to rise up on. Okay, number 2, setups. Setups have a lot to do with how much volume you can achieve in each setup. We're going to talk more in depth on volume in a future video I have planned, but we're going to go through some examples right now. So volume is how long you can reach out and stay out without it being too awkward. How well you can hold your arm all the way out and then quickly execute. You want to make sure you put a lot of volume into your form. Judges really appreciate seeing that volume because it also signifies that you're breathing within your form, because you're letting yourself breathe all the way in and then breathing out to execute. Those type of things help elevate your presentation score. Number 3, your finishes. So finishes have to do with how you finish a motion, how well you're able to stop something. So if I'm going to go with a punch full speed, I want to make sure that I can completely stop and settle everything down and stay completely still. I don't want to go and jerk around. That type of thing also wraps into our 5th one, cleanliness. So you want to make sure that you have a strong finish and you finish each step before you move on to the next thing. The other thing about finishes is your stances. So it all wraps in together. If your stances are moving, then you're going to move as well, even if you feel like your upper body is still. The 4th thing, the in-between. So the in-between has to do with the routing of each block or each attack. So for example, double knife hand can get very confusing very quickly. The routing is the bottom hand comes up to your face and then goes out. But a lot of people try to cut it and lead with the back arm so they overlap, and that's going to create negative volume. So the in-between also works back into the first thing, your setups and how well you have volume. See how all of this Poomsae stuff can get really confusing very quickly? So again, volume and in-between routing are important. All the way out, long draw, bottom arm comes up, arms go out together. So make sure you're checking the routing of each step to ensure that you're doing it correctly. Number 5, cleanliness or cleanliness, depending on how you pronounce it. This has to do with how clean is your form overall. Is it nice to see? Are you moving around a lot? I am a competitor that puts a lot of power in her Poomsae, and for me, I have to be very careful to make sure that I still maintain cleanliness throughout the form, because if you put a lot of power, it can very quickly become too out of control, and you have to maintain your composure and your posture. Posture has to do with cleanliness. Volume has to do with cleanliness. Finishes have to do with cleanliness. Transitions have to do with cleanliness. Okay, so those are 5 things that we talked about today to help improve your Poomsae. Again, the first one is stances. The second one is setups. The 3rd, finishes. 4th, your in-betweens. And 5th, your cleanliness. So you want to make sure you're actively practicing these things throughout all of your forms and checking to make sure they're all correct. That way you can help elevate both your accuracy score and your presentation score. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys had fun with Poomsae with AJ. Again, I am so excited to be doing this series, and I can't wait to share all the information I've learned with you guys. See you next time. Bye.